Hello everybody, happy Friday, I hope you're all well, and I actually have two things to show you today. Of course, one of those is going to be a football shirt that I have added to my collection. I picked it up at a very, very good price that I just couldn't say no to. But first things I'm going to show you is something that is inside this little package here, this parcel here, and it's not a football shirt, though it is still related to football shirts. Now, I have been generously, kindly donated a football shirt related book. It's one that has just been released, and what is in here is hopefully going to be my reading for the next month up until the World Cup itself. And I mention the World Cup because it specifically talks about a national team, and there's no surprises which national team it's going to be, considering where I am based. So let's just grab this and get this open, because I've had it for a day or so now, and I really want to get my head start on it because, to be honest, there's a lot of pages, and I'm really excited to see what it's like. So let's get this open. Wow, this is something else. So let's just get that. Is there anything else floating around in here? Who knows? We've got a delivery note there. Okay then, so we can get rid of the packaging. Ready for the big reveal? It is, there we go. 3 lions on a shirt. Yes, it is the England national team there. The official history of the England football jersey by Simon Shakeshaft, Darren Burney and Neville Evans. It's even got Harry Kane on the back there. It comes lovely wrapped up there, and look at all those pages. From what I can tell, there was about 370 odd pages of that one there. There's going to be a lot of reading going on there, and it is an official FA product. And as you can imagine, it's been released timely for a World Cup that is, what, 6 weeks away from finishing? I don't know what the time zone's now. It's going to be starting very, very soon, and obviously England are going to be trying their best to win. Now, when it comes to football shirts, obviously I do focus on club football shirts, kind of in the name. And my national team football shirt knowledge is not great. But I'm thinking this is going to be great for twofold. Firstly, to improve my national team shirt history, at least for England. But also, this goes all the way back to like the 1800s. It's like day one. And I'm thinking, possibly, it's not necessarily going to be just relevant to England. It's going to be just a general sense. So if you are interested in this book, and maybe you don't care for England national team, or you're not English generally, I think it will still talk about the manufacturers and just sort of how it was back in the day, that you can sort of apply to other teams and clubs from that time period. And of course, it's a history. So if you're interested in football in generally, this is the book for you. Now, before you go ahead and go, right, I'm going to need to find a place to buy this, hold your horses, because I've also been offered the opportunity to run a competition. And the competition winner is going to also get a copy of this book, The 3 Lions on a Shirt. I am going to be running this competition on Instagram this time. So YouTube have had all my competitions up to this date, but I thought I'd give the Instagram a little push, and we'll see what we can do with that one. So by the time this is released, probably it is on my Instagram, and if you already follow me, you'll have already probably seen it and hopefully entered it for your sake. If you don't follow me on Instagram, again, that's going to be in the description. It's simple. You follow, and then probably the objective is just going to be like and share it with a couple of your friends. The usual stuff that you see on those giveaways. If you don't have Instagram, I mean, it's pretty simple to set one up. Even if it's just for a competition, it's a free opportunity to get a book that is very doable. And you can, I suppose, at the end of it, you can always shut it down once if you've finished it and entered it. And if you win, great. And if you don't, then, well, I suppose you've got one for any of the competitions that I or other people may be running. But typical format, you'll be running for about a week, and then we'll just do a draw. So I spoke with them and said, what about people who don't live in England? Can they enter if they live somewhere across the world? And they said, that's fine, just that the shipping may be a little bit more lengthy if it's coming from going to another country, because this will be coming directly from them. So it won't be from me, it will be from them. Bear in mind that right now in the UK, we've got some strikes going on from Royal Mail and other things like that. So that may also add onto it. So yeah, so pay attention for the giveaway. If you are not lucky enough to win that one, then I will be putting all the information in the description anyway, so it shows you where you can buy them. Again, the World Cup's coming up. It's a great little edition. And of course, Christmas is not that far away as well. I don't mean to mention the Christmas word, but it is soon. This would be a great little addition also to add to your little stocking there. Though you probably need a big stocking, because it would probably take it off the fireplace. So that is going to be my little challenge for the World Cup. By the final whistle of the final game, I want to have read this all in full. But for now, let's put that as an aside and grab what I have, of course, is a football shirt. So let's get this one open. I've had this one for a couple of weeks. I'm doing alright. This is my oldest shirt, but it's only 2 weeks old. So let's get this one open up and see what it is. Ooh, there we go. I think we have another delivery note. Get review, nothing else in there, I suspect. How about that? Ooh, I think we can probably pick out who it is already just because it says it on the crest there. And there's the sort of other side, but you can't see because of the washing instructions. Let's get this one opened up from here. Sticky, sticky, rustle, rustle. Da-da-da. Now then, here is the rear of the shirt. Boom. Very simple one, that one, isn't it, really? Very white. You've got a little bit of design running across the back of the neck there. You do have some initials there. NY. What club could be NY? Interesting. Let's look at the front. And there we go. We have that bit there. It is the front there. And yes, you can definitely recognise it by that sponsor on the front there. And we have an interesting design of a checkered, sort of fuzzy checkered effect there running across the front. So I will dress the mannequin as always, and I'll come back to you with some information about the shirt and the club. Rightio then, hopefully it is in shot because I'm using more of a close-up angle I think on this particular video. Yes, it is New York Red Bulls and it is their home shirt from 21-22, so it is just finishing off. And remember, in MLS, shirts are worn for 2 seasons. They have a home shirt released and then it will worn for 2 seasons, and then the away shirt is also released alternatively, so you get a new one each season. I think that's quite an interesting way, so they will be wearing a new home shirt next season. Now this is an interesting design. It's quite simple. As I mentioned, it's got the checkered effect going on the front there, and on the back of course it had the New York initials NY. Now I picked this one up for £27.99 from JD Sports. I haven't bought from JD Sports for quite some time, and it was partly because it was already on sale, and then they had a further sale, which I think included free postage. So it was £27.99, which is a great little purchase for a little cool MLS shirt. Of course, it's just the stadium version, not the authentic, because I think the authentic had little trims, red and white trims possibly on the cuffs. Other than that, don't think there was much else that stood out. So it's one of those ones where it's not detrimental to get a stadium version. Now, they were founded 28 years ago as New York/New Jersey Metro Star. So for those of you who are interested in like classic American MLS Nazzle style, you've probably seen some of their shirts floating around. Kind of cool designs. But back in 2008, they were sold to Red Bull, and that's been their name ever since. So was it Red Bull New York first, and then now it's New York Red Bulls officially? Still the same thing, really, isn't it? They were the second Red Bull team in the Red Bull portfolio, of course, after Salzburg, who were the first. Now, I looked at their current roster on Wikipedia, and at a quick glance, I was not familiar with any of the names there, which is quite surprising. Usually you think there's some sort of journeyman who's sort of finding himself in MLS and in America, but no, maybe, I'm sure there's some great players there still, but nothing that I'm familiar with, which is quite surprising. This season, it's actually just finished as I'm filming this. Los Angeles won the MLS Cup, is that what it is? On penalties. Quite a powerful and crazy game that was, to be honest. With regards to the Red Bulls, though, they did qualify for the playoffs, but they lost in the first round to FC Cincinnati 2-1. Now, in the regular season, in the Eastern Conference, they finished 5th. So I suppose it was an okay season for them. Not terrible, but not particularly successful. They've never won the MLS Cup, which is the league title, which is the one that we've just been talking about. But they have won 3 Supporter Shields, which is, I think, rewarded to the team that has the most points in the regular season. I think that's correct. With regards to their best efforts in international competitions, this was in 2018 CONCACAF Champions League, where they got to the semi-finals, losing to Guadalajara, so that's not too bad there. Of course, it's an Adidas manufactured shirt, as you would expect, because they do every single shirt in MLS, which I think it's boring, just because Adidas have only got a certain amount of templates that they release, and some get really, really nice stuff, and then some get This one is, I mean, let's not kid ourselves, it's not the most amazing. I think the apparently the checkered design is meant to be based something to do with the stadium and the fans, the South Ward. So if you say so. But, you know, it is one of those things. I've been wanting to get one of their shirts for a while. I think I have, of course, the Leipzig home shirt. I have a Salzburg away shirt, so it's not the white and red here. And I suppose there was it Bragantino from Brazil. There actually is a place you can buy that from in England right now, but it's rather expensive. But if I was to get that, I suppose I could have all four, put them together, get the Red Bull sort of quadlet going on. But, you know, I'm not really one of those people who hates Red Bull, but, you know, I suppose there's still people who do that. But that is it, really. That's a shirt. It's quite a simple one. Quite a cheap price there for £27.99. I do have some shirts that I love a little bit more, but I'm always looking out for the bargains, and that's another MLS club ticked off. It seems like I always get one step closer to finishing that, and then they just add 2 more teams to the whole franchise list or whatever it is called. But that is it. That is the end of this video. Remember, I'm going to be having a competition that's running as this video is released. So if you do want to win a look at that book, then please enter on the Instagram. The graphics and the images in the book just alone are amazing, and it's stuff that I think is possibly unseen. And then also it has the text to go with it. So I hope some of you do definitely go for it, because I don't think you would regret it. I'm going to start reading it as soon as I stop finishing editing this video, because yes, I do need to edit it. Anyway, guys, have a great weekend ahead. I wish you luck for the competition, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.